Welcome to another JournalNow.com high school football video. I'm Joe Serrera, and I am joined this week by East Forsyth Eagles head coach Todd Willert, who's got a huge game Friday night, traveling over to the other side of Raleigh to play a very good Rolesville team. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Hey, always great to be here. Enjoy working with you all the time, man.
Thank you. Your Eagles are coming off a 49-38 win over a pretty good Northwest Guilford team in a game that I know you had you a little bit frustrated at times. What did you like about your team's performance in that game, and what areas do you need to address this week?
Just the things I was really happy we found a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we knew Coach Wallace and Northwest Guilford was a much improved team. I think people are going to see that throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense is all the weapons, and their quarterback is great. So just a way to find a win there was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had a lot of opportunities to put them away, and we didn't. And that's what we need to fix. We had a lot of chances to hold them on third or fourth and long, or we had times where we could have scored and we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things we got to play in 4A football, and in this league in North Carolina, you got to have that mentality of finishing and closing people out, because otherwise you end up with a very scary ending like we did this past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
When you let good teams like Northwest, who are well coached, to hang around with you.
How much of that was a week one thing? Just, coaches I talk to, everybody has some issues that they've got to work out in that first week. And it's the first time you're really going against somebody else with the lights on in a game that matters.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people are like, your guys are out of shape. They're cramping, this and that. I think a lot of it has to do with anxiety too.
Mm-hmm.
First, like you just said, week one, it's truly underneath the Friday night lights. It's not
Mm-hmm.
a scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And that anxiety really adds to some of the cramping and stuff like that. So hopefully we've gotten through that, and we're going to need everybody, all hands on deck this Friday against Rolesville.
Well, one of the hands that was on deck last Friday night, Jalen Rayner, 343 yards rushing, 170 yards passing, which could have been more if not for some drops or plays that could have been made. 7 total touchdowns. Was that performance as impressive on film as it was live?
It was. I mean, it was good, but we've watched film, and the crazy part is, and we talked with Jalen and the offense, it could have been even better.
Mm-hmm.
We had 4 or 5 drop balls, but Jalen will be the first one to tell you he missed a lot of open receivers too.
Mm-hmm.
He missed a lot of throws that hopefully we can clean up, but the sky's the limit for this offense. We just can't stop ourselves. The holding penalties, the penalties we had, we just got to stop. We got to move our feet, all those things. We still have over 600 yards of offense, and we shot ourselves in the foot a lot.
Mm-hmm. You traveled to Rolesville on Friday night to take on a Rams team that highschoolot.com has ranked number 1 in the East in the state. You guys are right there in the West. They've got a 4-star receiver, Noah Rogers, who's going to Ohio State. What do you see when you look at that Rolesville team? And isn't that coached by Scott Chadwick, who was at Myers Park until recently?
No, Richard Shuping is now the head coach.
Okay.
Richard Shuping, the son of Todd Shuping.
Okay. Very familiar name in the triad.
Yep. He was the offensive coordinator and got promoted to head coach now. So he's familiar with everything. So they kind of kept it that way. I think they knew they were going to have a great team coming back, and Richard's been there running the offense, but they're fast, man. They're fast. They got this Cooley kid that's going to NC State. They got offense. I mean, there's so many Division I players on the field Friday night, both from East and them. And then you got Division II guy. I mean, what a game. We're excited. But a lot of speed out there on both sides. And I'm telling you, Northwest Guilford was a great setup game because they had 3 unbelievable receivers themselves, a good run game, a good O-line. So just a great open. We're going to kind of see the same thing, except Roseville's probably got a little more speed, obviously.
Mm-hmm. This game has to be great prep for potentially going on the road in the playoffs, either maybe for a regional final or to a state championship game, going on the road and finding more about your team early in the season with the travel and playing a great opponent.
Yes, no doubt about it. This game's on the calendar to get us ready for November and December.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the outcome is, this is to get us prepped for what we're going to see then. And Rolesville, no doubt, they're the top 1, 2, 3 team in the East. They've been knocking on the door. If they're not at the state championship game, they're one game away from it. So that's why we wanted to have these guys on the schedule, just in case you see them come December. And it gets us ready, and it will really show us where we are right now early in this season.
Mm-hmm. Some people say this, I'll ask is, do you think there's a little bit different styles of play in the East and West regions in 4A? I've heard that from different people. And again, does seeing a team from the East maybe help you get ready for something like that?
Not to slight other teams from the East, but I think Roseville's more like the teams from the West.
Mm-hmm.
The offense, I think Martin Samick had brought that down there. Richard has kept that mentality of speed. Mm-hmm. The offenses are a little more opened up in the West, but he's taken that mentality to the East. So I think that's why they've been so successful, their philosophy down there. And so once again, it's great for us to see this, because Rolesville would be great in the West too. I mean, they're right there with those Charlotte teams and all that. So I think they play a lot more like, and once again, the East coaches are probably going to go crazy on me for this, but it's a different style of football.
Yeah. What style does your team need to play Friday night? What do you guys need to do to come back from that trip to Rolesville with a victory?
We just can't make mental mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We blew so many coverages versus Northwest Guilford. I mean, I talked to Kevin Wallace, and I said, I bet you at times you didn't even know what coverage we were in because we blew so many coverages,
Yeah.
And he laughed and said, yeah, so it was confusing. And we can't have so many penalties.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can argue the play call or whether they were penalties or not.
Right.
They probably were penalties. My only complaint is they were doing the same thing on the other side.
Right.
The other team.
Just consistency is what any coach wants.
Exactly. Because I really believe those are penalties. If you're going to call it that way, it needs to be consistent. But we just can't hold. We can't give guys or give them, when it's 3rd and long, we can't create penalties and give them free set of downs, because they will kill us. If we do that with that offense, because it's so talented. So we just got to eliminate those mistakes and play hard, and it will be a great game.
Yeah, no doubt it's going to be a great game. We wish you and your Eagles nothing but luck heading over there, and hope that you can come back to the Triad with another win.
Thank you so much. Go Eagles.
Appreciate it.